Okay everybody, how are you? And we are ready to start another DIY. What am I going to make with these two things now? What is she doing now? Come on, I'm going to show you. Okay, here's another clue. Did you figure it out yet? Okay guys, we're outside. I'm getting ready to spray paint. I'm going to move that. See where that's the wind's blowing up the drop cloth. I'm going to fix that and I'll be back and we'll be spray painting. I decided I'm not going to spray paint the gold charger. I may use it that way, and on the other side it's already black. So I'm going to concentrate on the Spackle container. Well, looking pretty good. What do you think? Have you guessed it yet? Okay, you've probably figured it out by now. I'm going to wait for this to dry and then we'll go inside and we will get it started. Okay, so now I have everything taped off and I'm going to go out and spray paint it. Hey, we're back and the bucket is painted and I put a layer of this Mod Podge on the bucket and the charger plate, okay? Because if not, this spray paint was cheap, okay? It was from Walmart, 97 cents, plus it's on plastic. It's just gonna chip right off. So I wanted to give it a little bit more of a chance to hold by putting on a layer of Mod Podge, okay? So the Mod Podge is completely dried. And now, if you haven't guessed already, we're going to start assembling my snowman hat. Okay, this is a perfect size for a centerpiece on a table, whatever. I don't know that I will keep it all together because this is quite large. I don't have a lot of space to keep things. I'll just have to see. If not, it's not a huge deal. Heaven knows I go through a lot of spackle and I can always get another charger plate. I got this one from Hobby Lobby, and like you saw in the beginning, it was gold. I didn't like the way when I taped it off, the paint started coming off where I taped it and it looked awful, so I just painted the whole thing black. Okay, also what I did is I took a paper towel holder and a paper towel roll and I cut it and I glued with hot glue. I took the glue and I just went down to form melting wax, and I have a video on this that I did a year ago. I believe it was a year ago for Halloween, so if you want to go back and look at how I did those, because this is also going to be on here, and I'm going to put a little tea light. But before I'm able to do that, I have to make kind of like a cradle, if you will, to hold the tea light up, because if not, the tea light's going to go straight down. So you need something to hold it up. And again, I did this when I showed you how to make these candles. So what you do is you just come in before you paint it, obviously, and you just adhere a little piece of the tape, and I like using painter's tape, and then you take it and just about to where you think you would want the tea light to rest, and you just take that and then you fold it over. That's about good. Okay, as you can. But what I'll do, if you do have that much, it's no big deal because you can go over it with glue. And I have my glue gun heated up just so you don't have that, even though you're going to have this painted. So then you take your second piece and you do the same thing. And then you just bring it down onto that piece you already put in. And you just make kind of a cross. Okay? You see that? And that, do you see what I mean? That's going to hold that tea light up high enough. and it's not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to come in let that glue just kind of drip down, just like if it was a candle. Let that dry. You're never going to know there was tape there. So I'm going to put that to the side. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start embellishing, and this is the fun part. Okay. So now it's just a matter of deciding what you want on it, and I'm going to do mine with a touch of the Mackenzie Child colors, if you will, to kind of represent that. I got this corn cob pipe at Hobby Lobby, and it was half off, so it was $1. Well worth $1. And that I'm going to put somewhere in here. This ribbon from Hobby Lobby. All of this is from Hobby Lobby. I got tissue paper from Hobby Lobby, although I'm not going to use the tissue paper on here. And this is what's going to give it its feel as far as Mackenzie Child. Because a lot of hers for Christmas, obviously, I mean, her signature checkerboard. I can't remember what they call it. I was looking it up yesterday, and I can't remember. But anyway, these I thought would go perfectly because you've got that bright green that goes with her decor when it comes to Christmas. Okay, and then I'll put some traditional pick as well. I'll mix it up. So I'm going to decide how I want to go about this as soon as I know I'll be back. Okay, so now I'm painting our candle, okay? And I think with this candle I'll probably add, I'm not sure, but I might add some of that real fine black glitter just to make it shine a little bit. These are a lot of fun to make, and you can use them for all kinds of stuff. I made some for Valentine's. Did I make some for fall? I can't remember. I know I made them for Halloween, and I made black ones. And I made this, I want this black, so it kind of blends, but that's why I want to put a little bit of the black fine glitter. Okay, so what I did is I painted, and it's still a little wet, I painted it black, and I put, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I put that real fine black glitter just around the, well, probably to about there, because it's going to be nestled in with all the greenery. So we got that done. That's done. All right, now what we need to decide is, I got these ribbon because this reminded me of Mackenzie Child, and this one too, with that lime green that gives it that fun, whimsical look, along with this. But before I do that, I want to decide if I'm going to put a piece. And you know, while I'm thinking of it, if you do a lot of DIYs for Christmas, it really pays to buy one of these cheap, and I'm talking cheap, I think it was $6, strands of garland, because I have used this for so much. For fillers like this, I'm going to probably go around with this and then add, because I really want this to be, you know, over the top. So I'll probably use some of this. Definitely going to use this. My ribbon. I also got this. This reminds me of the Cat in the Hat, Dr. Seuss. I don't know why, but it does. And then obviously the ribbon. So now I just have to decide how much, and I don't want to keep putting this on and off. I just am afraid of scratching this, like I said, because I don't want it to think. What I'm going to do, is I'm going to add the ribbon and take it from there. Okay, So what I did is I'm going to take this ribbon and have it be the one that goes around the rim of the hat, but it was too wide. I didn't like the width of it, I mean, because it covered so much of it. So what I did is I just took some hot glue and I folded it down a little bit. So now we're just going to wrap it around and decide where we want to go with this. I'm just putting. Okay. And if it kind of buckles, it's not really going to matter too much because I'm going to have this covered with greenery, you know. So there's the what I'm going to do with that part. I'm just going to make another bow. All right, so I just folded some of this ribbon together. I mean, really just like this. And back and forth. I made it a little bit longer each time I went out, and then just pinched it together and put a Chanel stem. So that's for that one. All right, then I want to decide which one I want next, because I'm going to really load this up with the bow, and in the bow, then I'll start putting the picks. This is the one I think that's really going to make it, and this was from Hobby Lobby as well. So I'm just going to keep going and working on this, and I'll just put it to some music. So enjoy my process, guys. Okay, so I put some of the garland and just glued it onto the ribbon, and then I took a little bit of the pick and I just put it inside because I want that coming up. So the red shiny and the light lime green is up in a focal point. Then I'm going to take the bow and put it just about there because I want this bulb to be able to show, okay? Okay, and then I'll fluff out the ribbon when I'm done. But right now my concern is just getting that on there. Okay, there it is so far. Then I want to take little pieces of ribbon, this ribbon with this, and I'm going to just have them coming in between this one, if you will. I think I'll put that down in here because I just want more of that green down in here. Okay. Then we'll take another piece of that pick and bring it in here. Don't be afraid to cut your picks apart. You'll get a lot more use out of cutting it apart than just putting one big, unless you've got something that where you want it to look like that, you know. Okay, so there it is so far. think I want this one to come over. Now we're going to turn it around. Now we're turning it around, and I'm going to glue a little bit more here. Because this is where I'm going to nestle in the candle. And I had to put some of the garland because had I not put the garland, the candle would have tilted because of the indentation on the charger plate. You'll see when I do it. Okay. So now it can just nestle in there, and it's not going to go sideways because this will hold it. And then we'll put our tea light in there. But now what I want to do is I want to be able to put something kind of behind the candle so it will bring the candle into as a focal point. So that's where I'm going to use this. Okay, do you see the difference when you add color behind it? It'll show it up a little bit more. Because if you don't, it's just going to be black against black with nothing, and it won't show up as well. Alright, so let's just glue this little puppy right to the okay. Against the candle itself. Okay, what do you think so far? What do you think? Okay, so now let's see. What do I want to do? I want to come in back here with some of this ribbon. I think I'm going to add a little bit of snow just on the tips of different things. Okay, so what we have so far is we have the bow on, and I added some of this ribbon just because it reminded me of Mackenzie Childs, and then this pick is what really solidifies it to me. So I cut it, I put some here, and then I put some here behind our faux candle. So that is glued to that, and that is also resting on some of the garland so it would stand upright and not lean, because the way that the charger was, it wasn't flat, so it was going to lay cockeyed. So I put it on some of that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come to the back, because I don't want to leave that looking like this, right? And I'm just going to take a little bit more of this garland. And I have cut the heck out of this, you guys. I can't tell you how much I have used this garland on different projects, and still will. So I'm just going to hold that for a minute. Okay. And since it's got wire, it kind of molds nice. And then I'm just going to put it here. Glue a little bit here so it'll stay adhered. And then we have all of the ridges of the spackle container covered. So there's that. Okay, let's bring this back around. And I'm going to glue a little bit more because it's too wobbly. And also this garland acts as an anchor for it all to kind of adhere together, so it won't be as wobbly, you know what I mean? So it really does work out well to have this. Okay, so now what I got to do is I got to figure what I want to add some more of the different ribbons, because I like she does with her different things that she makes. She puts different patterns together. So I think what I'm going to do is I glued 3 little pieces that I cut, and I'm going to glue it on just to the, let me show you. I'm just going to glue it right here, so when you're looking at it, your eye sees different patterns. Yeah, I like that. And then here's another little piece of that pick. I'm going to put that right in here so you have some of that green going on in that red. Okay. And I was going to add some snow, and if I add some snow, I think what I'll do, because we still have to add the corn cob pipe. That is so cute. I love that. So I want to put that somewhere where you're really going to see it. More of this garland to beef up right here, because then I can just rest this, and that would be so cute. So that's what I'm going to do with this. So now I have a piece of that garland, and I'm just putting it up. Put it right in here. Okay, so now do you see what I mean? With it being up here like this, we're going to be able to rest the pipe in it, and that's what I'm going for. So I'm going to put this and glue it right onto the ribbon. Okay, I'll just hit this different places, or I might get my snow. I don't know yet. I don't know. I never know what I'm doing until I do it, to be honest with you. And then I'm going to add some of this. Very whimsical. And again, I don't want to use the whole pick. I only bought, I think I bought 2. So I want pieces here and there so you get that color. You see what I mean? I'm just wanting just a little bit, not a whole bunch, because I want this in here to be the focal. But I do want a little bit of that whimsy. So then let's put this one. I'll just stick that right there. And that will just go right like that. And let's get our corn cob pipe. Okay, there's his corn cob pipe, and that's what I wanted. I wanted this to beef that up so it could be up and be a focal point. Okay, we're almost done, and just let me bring you up to speed. Okay, we got our bow on, we got all of our garland on, we put in our picks that would represent Mackenzie Child with that really pretty lime green with the red. We have our candle that we made out of a paper towel roll. Over here I put a tree from the Dollar Tree, and it lights up, so I left it where I could get to it. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put a little bit of snow just on the tips and maybe here on the hat. So to do that, I'm just going to use my little spatula. And this is just the Snow Tex. Really, you could probably make this with sand and acrylic paint. Yeah, it really doesn't smell like anything, so. I mean, and I'm literally just taking a little bit and putting it here and there to represent some snow. Oh well, that's okay. Fell down in there, it's no big deal. And it'll just dry on there. Okay. We're almost done. I just got to go get my LED tea light to put in there. Or I'll just bring it down. So yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. I hope that you will give it a shot if you're into snowmen. You could take anything. You could take a tomato can, you know, the big ones, and just make the rim, you know, with a paper plate or, you know, whatever you want. It could be any size. Same principle, but just different sizes, right? Even get some on our candle here. Okay, a little bit on the pipe. Even the bow. Why not? Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll go downstairs. Okay, if I told you that I was happy with the way that this spackle container and a Hobby Lobby charger plate turned out, that would be an understatement. I am thrilled the way this turned out. Hobby Lobby, which I thought was extremely apropos, being a snowman hat. And then over here, this little Christmas tree, that was from the Dollar Tree. And I just put that in between some of the garland. And I just used a very inexpensive garland that I've had for a few years. And I have picked that thing apart, and it's almost gone now. And I just put it around the hat as well as I did some ribbon. I hope that I've inspired you to make one of your own. If you are not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to be subscribed to my channel. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to make sure that you're notified whenever I put up a new DIY. For all my subscribers that have been with me, I love you to pieces. You know that. You guys, until we get together again, remember the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that. There's only one you, and you bring something to this world nobody else can.